Kelly Michelle Lee Osbourne was born on October 27, 1984 in Westminster, London, England, into one of rock music's most legendary families. As the daughter of iconic heavy metal frontman Ozzy Osbourne and media personality Sharon Osbourne, Kelly was introduced to fame and the music industry from the moment she opened her eyes. She grew up in the chaotic yet wildly creative environment that surrounded her father's career with Black Sabbath and his solo work. Kelly's childhood was far from conventional. Her early years were spent traveling on tour buses and living in various hotel rooms across the globe, while her father performed for millions. Though this lifestyle was full of excitement and extravagance, it also came with instability, emotional turbulence, and exposure to adult themes at a very young age. The Osbourne household was a mix of wild energy, deep love, and public spectacle. Sharon Osbourne, a fierce businesswoman and devoted mother, managed Ozzy's career while raising Kelly and her siblings, Amy and Jack. Though her older sister Amy opted to stay out of the spotlight, Kelly and Jack became deeply enmeshed in their parents' world. Kelly's relationship with her father was especially close, rooted in mutual adoration and an understanding of the darkness and light that fame can bring. As a teenager, Kelly struggled with identity, self-worth, and the pressures of being constantly in the public eye. Her appearance and fashion choices were often scrutinized by the media, and the comparison to her more traditionally glamorous peers in the industry only deepened her insecurity. But Kelly also possessed a defiant, outspoken personality that refused to conform to expectations. She expressed herself through punk-influenced fashion, bold hair colors, and a rebellious attitude that made her both polarizing and magnetic. Kelly's life changed forever in 2002, when her family became the focus of the groundbreaking MTV reality series The Osbournes. The show offered a raw, unfiltered look into the chaotic and often hilarious day-to-day lives of the Osbourne family. It was a cultural phenomenon and became one of the most watched shows on the network. Viewers were drawn to the foul-mouthed but loving interactions, the quirky dynamics between siblings, and Kelly's biting wit. Suddenly, she was a global star in her own right. With fame came opportunities, and Kelly began to branch out into music. In 2002, she released her debut album Shut Up, which included a cover of Madonna's Papa Don't Preach. Though reviews were mixed, and critics questioned whether her success was due to her lineage rather than her talent, Kelly was determined to carve out her own place in the industry. Her second album, Sleeping in the Nothing, released in 2005, explored darker, more personal themes. Though it didn't achieve massive commercial success, it reflected a more authentic version of Kelly, someone trying to be seen and heard beyond the shadow of her famous family. Throughout her rise to fame, Kelly struggled with substance abuse and mental health issues. The pressures of fame, combined with body image struggles and emotional instability, led her down a dangerous path. At just 19, she entered rehab for the first time to seek treatment for an addiction to painkillers. It would be the beginning of a long battle with addiction, one that saw her relapsing and seeking help multiple times over the years. Kelly was candid about her struggles, refusing to sugarcoat the pain she experienced. Her honesty resonated with fans, many of whom saw in her a reflection of their own battles. In interviews, she spoke openly about feelings of self-loathing, depression, and the cyclical nature of addiction. Her willingness to confront these issues publicly made her a voice for a generation struggling with similar challenges. Despite personal difficulties, Kelly continued to reinvent herself. She emerged as a fashion icon and became known for her bold red carpet choices and avant-garde style. In 2006, she took her passion for style to the next level by acting in the London stage production of Chicago, playing Mama Morton. Her performance was praised and marked a significant moment in her career, a break away from reality TV into the world of performing arts. In 2009, Kelly joined the cast of Dancing with the Stars, a move that showcased her vulnerability and determination. Though not a trained dancer, she impressed both judges and viewers with her growth throughout the competition. The show humanized her further, and many saw a softer, more open side to Kelly. It was also during this period that she began a dramatic transformation physically, shedding weight and committing to a healthier lifestyle. But even as her public image evolved, Kelly was still navigating intense inner turmoil. In 2010, Kelly joined E! Network's Fashion Police alongside Joan Rivers, where she offered commentary on celebrity fashion. Her candidness and edgy humor brought her acclaim, and her chemistry with Rivers was one of the show's highlights. However, her time on the show wasn't without controversy. She left Fashion Police in 2015, following a racially insensitive comment made by co-host Giuliana Rancic about singer Zendaya. Kelly's exit was a clear statement that she would not remain silent on issues that mattered to her, especially when it came to her beliefs about inclusivity and respect. Kelly's advocacy for LGBTQ+ rights and her outspoken nature on political and cultural issues became defining aspects of her identity. She never shied away from difficult conversations. Whether about addiction, mental health, or social justice, her voice was often sharp and unfiltered, but it was also rooted in authenticity and a desire to use her platform for good. Over the years, Kelly became a regular presence on television, appearing on various reality shows, award red carpets, and talk shows. She also released a memoir, Fierce, which offered a no-holds-barred account of her life in the spotlight, her personal demons, and her journey towards self-acceptance. In her writing, she was both brutally honest and surprisingly introspective, showing growth and a deep understanding of her own story. Kelly's relationship with her family remained a cornerstone of her life. Despite the ups and downs, the Osbournes remained incredibly close. Her bond with her father, Ozzy, grew even stronger as he faced health struggles in his later years. Kelly often acted as a caretaker and emotional support, publicly expressing her love and admiration for him. Her mother, Sharon, remained a constant advocate and confidant. Together, the family continued to work on projects, support one another, and present a united front despite ongoing public scrutiny. In the late 2010s and early 2020s, Kelly underwent another major transformation. After multiple stints in rehab and years of struggle, she announced in 2021 that she had relapsed after 4 years of sobriety but was once again seeking help. Her decision to speak out about her relapse was praised, reinforcing her image as someone who refuses to hide behind curated celebrity facades. In 2022, Kelly made headlines again when she announced she was expecting her first child with Slipknot DJ Seed Wilson. The announcement surprised fans and marked a new chapter in Kelly's life. Becoming a mother brought with it new responsibilities, challenges, and joys. She gave birth to a son named Sydney in 2022 and entered a more private period as she focused on motherhood and personal growth. Motherhood brought Kelly a deeper sense of purpose. She described her son as the greatest gift of her life and spoke about how her priorities had shifted entirely. She still maintained a public presence, but was more selective about the projects she took on. Her focus became centered on being present for her child, maintaining her sobriety, and continuing to evolve as a person. In recent years, Kelly has continued to speak out about addiction recovery, body image, and the importance of mental health care. She has become an advocate not only for herself, but for anyone struggling to find their place in a world that often feels unforgiving. Her honesty, humor, and refusal to fit neatly into any category have made her one of the most relatable figures in modern celebrity culture. Kelly Osbourne's story is one of reinvention and resilience. She emerged from the chaos of rock and roll royalty to become a multifaceted artist, television personality, author, and now mother. Her journey has been anything but linear, marked by triumphs, failures, relapses, and redemptions, yet through it all, she has remained unapologetically herself, flawed, fierce, and forever evolving. Her legacy is not built solely on her last name or her early fame, but on her refusal to give up. Kelly has lived her life under a microscope, but has never let that define her. She has faced judgment, ridicule, addiction, and loss, but has always found her way back with strength and a renewed sense of purpose. Today, Kelly Osbourne stands as a symbol of survival in the entertainment industry. She continues to defy expectations and redefine herself on her own terms. Whether through fashion, music, television, or motherhood, she remains a force of individuality, courage, and truth. Her journey is far from over, but already she has carved out a legacy that extends far beyond the reality show that first made her famous. She is proof that growth is messy, that healing is nonlinear, and that identity is something to be claimed, not given. Kelly Osbourne has earned her place in the spotlight, not just as a celebrity, but as a woman who refuses to be silenced, defined, or diminished.